Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Lake Lewis Jr. Today we are joined by another distinguished guest. We have Trina Dasel, who is the Executive Director of the United Way of Southern West Virginia. She joins our show this morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I appreciate you for being on with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
This is interesting, Dancing with the Stars, and a lot of people know about the show, the national show, and
yes.
We even had a joke about maybe I should be on there with you guys, so we'll see about all of that.
Yeah.
But let's talk more about that.
Yes. So we're bringing it back after a 2-year hiatus due to the pandemic, and it's scheduled for Friday, September 23rd this year.
Okay.
We have 6 teams of dancers who've been working hard all summer long on their practicing and fundraising, and it should be a great time bringing everybody back together and having the premier event of the social season, as we call it.
Well, I know it obviously has special meaning now just because of COVID, and that's one of the questions that I ask everyone who sits here on our forum is, how has COVID affected business, and is there anything that maybe you guys have implemented that's worked out so well that you're probably going to carry that on?
COVID affected everybody, as we know. It especially affected nonprofits like United Way of Southern West Virginia, because most of our fundraising is done face-to-face or through events. And like I mentioned, Dancing with the Stars was canceled for 2 years, and this is the first year we're bringing it back after that postponement.
Right.
So COVID affected us greatly. We were able to still maintain an impact in the community through that because the needs were so great through COVID. We have a hotline called our 211 Information and Referral Hotline, and in 2020, at the height of the pandemic, we saw about a 600% increase in calls to that.
Oh, wow.
What our hotline does is connect people that need resources with those resources. So we keep a complete database of all the things in our area that can, help folks in need. Utility assistance programs, food pantries, different resources that, folks that may not have ever had to utilize those before really had to reach out during the pandemic to find some help. And obviously that type of increase was impactful for us to be able to connect people. But we've seen that trend continue after the pandemic with the continued increase of the number of calls. So we're very proud to be able to offer that service, and we expect to continue to do that as long as we have United Way. Nice.
Now, when I first got here, people told me this was one of the bigger fundraisers in Southern West Virginia, if not West Virginia, period. So in talking about the event, what's the voting like? I mean, how do people vote on who they think should win this competition?
Well, our dance teams usually hold fundraisers over the summer. So the funding that they create in those fundraisers goes to votes for their team.
Nice.
They also each have individual team pages online where people can go to vote for them. That's found at unitedwayswvstars.org. And each team has their own page. You can go online to vote for them there. But also during the event until intermission, if one of those teams is doing a fantastic job and you want to support them and put some votes behind them, you can vote at the event as well.
All right, so before we get into, the important information as far as how you can donate and things like that, I do want to ask, as far as the competitors, the teams, do you have like a returning champion or anything like that, or?
No, we have 6 new teams this year, 12
Nice.
brand new dancers. We've talked a little bit about potentially having an all-stars edition of Dancing with the Stars at some point, bringing some folks back who've done it before. But this year it's brand new teams. Some really interesting pairs that are together. We try to represent a lot of our geographical area. We cover 7 counties in Southern West Virginia. So currently we have a team from Fayette County. That's Terry Harlan, who is the Fayette County Health Department Administrator. And Rod Perdue, who is the Chief Deputy of Fayette County. So they've been working hard all summer.
That's kind of celebrity already,
It
right?
is. They're well known, and that's what we try to do, is get folks that people already know. In Raleigh County, there are 4 separate teams that are represented. That's where we're based, out of United Way. So Tiffany Kapp, who is the CEO and President of Compliance LLC, is partnered with Chris Gross, who is a chiropractor with Chris Gross Chiropractic.
Okay.
We also have Dr. Bonnie Copenhaver, who's the president of New River Community and Technical College.
Okay.
And her
okay.
partner is Joe Browse, who's with the State Department of Economic Development. And I've heard a few teasers about their dance this year, and I understand it's going to be really exciting.
So you got some ringers already.
We do have some. We do have some popular participants for sure. We have two folks who are involved with realty.
Okay.
Miranda Elkins Arvon, who's a realtor with West Virginia Realty Pro, and Kevin Rasmussen, who's also a realtor, but he owns Infuse Insurance. So we're seeing something from the business community there. We also have Dr. Alex Daniele, who is a dentist with Harvey Dental Studio.
Okay.
He's actually a transplant from California. So we're excited to have him, and he's bringing a different little flavor to the event. And his partner is Lisa Walker. She's a nurse practitioner with Raleigh Heart and Health.
Nice.
So Raleigh County,
people.
yes, successful people, a little bit of variety for their careers and industries. And we have a couple that's representing Mercer County as well.
Okay.
That's actually our first married couple that's working as a team.
That'll be interesting.
It should be.
They better win.
I know. I hear they're doing very well, though, with their partnership. Caitlin Galatic is a vice president at Truist Bank in Bluefield, and her husband, John, is the CFO of Concord University.
Okay.
And Caitlin had a different partner to begin with, and unfortunately had to make a job change kind of mid-season, and so John stepped up and agreed to be her dance partner, and I think they're having fun with it. So I'm anxious to see what they're doing.
So how do the pairs, like how do they, as far as fundraising, how do they go about that? Is there like a blueprint that everyone has to follow as far as to raise funds, or?
There is not. They all come up with their own unique fundraising ideas. Some of them duplicate some, really local favorites, and some tested fundraisers that kind of
worked.
have worked in the past. But we've seen everything from a white party that was really popular this year, a low country boil over here in Fayette County that Terry and Rod did that was excellent. There have been raffles, and we have some cash clubs coming up. So there's just a variety of things that they do that help raise the funds for United Way. Nice.
Now, as far as the event, September 23rd, 7 o'clock, Raleigh County Convention Center?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, is it, as far as fans who want to come out, what's the capacity of something like this you expect to see?
Well, typically in the past, we have sold out for the event.
Wow.
And that's approximately 900 guests.
Nice.
And we're on track to sell out again this year. We have probably about 10 or 12 tables remaining.
Okay, so you heard that.
Yes. So if someone wants to attend, they can call us at the United Way office and get their tickets, or buy a full table and come out to a fun event.
And we'll give you a chance also as we go on today. We'll give you a chance to get more information as far as how you can donate, how you can buy tickets if you're interested in going. So there's still a lot more that we're going to be covering today. As far as your equal footing, let's talk about that.
We rarely offer direct services at United Way. What we primarily do is raise funds for other agencies who apply to us for grant funding.
Okay.
But when we identify a need in the community that's unmet, we'll try to address that need. And several years ago, we were receiving many calls from local educators who found that there were children in their classrooms that didn't have the proper footwear. And if they don't have the proper athletic shoes, they can't participate in physical education classes, so they're left out of some situations. And we established our Equal Footing Shoe Fund. And for any educator within our 7-county coverage area, they can call us. We will provide a child at school, directly at school, with a new pair of athletic shoes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So with some of our outlying counties, we try to establish shoe pantries, so those educators can just go within their county and find the correct pair of shoes for those children. In Raleigh County, we often receive calls and folks come by to just pick those up, but we make sure that those children have the proper footwear to go to school, because we often hear that they arrive in the winter still wearing sandals or improper footwear, and it's been a very popular initiative of ours.
No, that's awesome, and I'm sure it gives those kids confidence too. You know how kids can be, but for them to be able to do that, that's awesome. As far as the event, when we get back to that, Is this something that's aired here locally? I mean, just for me being new, I'd like to see it or like to come to it.
No, it's not aired online, but we have an excellent audiovisual company that has big screens installed at the convention center for us. So if you're there, no matter where you're seated, you have a great view of the event and the performances. We have considered potentially doing some type of Facebook Live or some, type of live broadcast of it.
WOAY, why not?
That would be awesome.
Doesn't that come on ABC?
Yes, Dancing with the Stars
this is ABC. We need to make that happen.
Yeah, that would be incredible, and it'd give folks that can't attend, the opportunity to watch the event, and give the dancers maybe some extra support from folks that can't come out and watch them do it.
Absolutely. When they told me that you were coming in, we've had anyone who's come on this set, they all have great endeavors that they want to talk about. Some of them are very serious, some of them are lighthearted, and then some of them have, special meaning. And when I see your company, United Way is big with me, of course. I cover the NFL outside of this, so you already know.
Yes.
I was really excited about it, and to know all the different things that you guys do. That's a big deal, and I think a lot of people need to understand that. You're talking about dancing, and then you're talking about helping kids with shoes.
Yes.
And I know you guys have some other things that you guys are working on, and we probably have about 2 minutes, so we can get into that before we go to break.
Sure, I would love to. We roll along through our campaign season with a lot of different events. Dancing with the Stars is, the most popular and the most attended, but we have other things in the fall going on as well that are well-loved and traditional events for us.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderland of Trees is in November, and local community members, churches, businesses, organizations decorate a tree at Wonderland of Trees, and then they go up for auction after they've been on display for a few weeks. Mm-hmm. It's a really well-loved event locally, and it kind of kicks off the holiday season. The Summit Bechtel Reserve is a great partner of ours and lets us use one of their facilities to display those trees. Anybody who's interested in decorating a tree can reach out to us and do that. That's the first week of November, and then 2 weeks later is our live auction, and that's a lot of fun. People come out and have a great time kind of competing to purchase those trees.
So how spectacular are these trees?
They are spectacular. These organizations create themes, and they add additional value with toys or different prizes or trips. So the value of the trees is unbelievable, but there are some creative folks in this area, and they do a beautiful job on decorating the trees.
Awesome. Well, look, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we still have so much more that we're going to be talking about on our community forum today. United Way, we're going to know a little bit more about them and some of the other endeavors that they're part of. And Trina Dasel is with us right now, the Executive Director for the United Way of Southern West Virginia. So when we come back, we'll have more on our WOAY Community Forum. Stay with us. Good stuff. And welcome back to our community forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories that affect all of us here in Southern West Virginia. And today I'm joined by Mrs. Trina Dasel, who's the Executive Director of the United Way of Southern West Virginia. So when we left, we talked about how we still have so much more that we can go over. And first thing is, I wanted to know, as far as the money that's raised, where does that money go?
Well, all the money that is raised through United Way of West Virginia fundraising events or through direct donations stays local to Southern West Virginia. Our county coverage area includes 7 counties in Southern West Virginia, as well as the greater Bluefield area. So that's Fayette, Nicholas, Raleigh, Summers, Wyoming, Mercer, and McDowell counties.
Wow. Okay.
So Southern West Virginia, some of the coal fields, some of the New River Gorge area, but any monies that are raised here stay here.
Nice.
And I think that's a lot of what some people are confused about United Way. There's over 1,300 United Ways in the United States, and those local United Ways do local work.
Gotcha.
So the work of United Way of Southern West Virginia would look different than that's done in Dallas or Florida or Seattle. And we partner with agencies here who are committed to the work of improved health, education, and financial stability.
Nice.
That can look like recovery programs or childhood enrichment programs. We partner with several 4-H programs to allow scholarships for children to attend 4-H camp. We partner with a few recovery programs that allow people who want and are serious about recovery to attend those perhaps year-long programs. Food pantries and utility assistance, things that help folks patch through and bridge the gap when they have need. There are life skills training for folks with disability. So the funds that are raised by United Way stay here locally and support agencies that adhere to our mission.
I did want to ask you, because tourism obviously has always been big here, but now that New River Gorge is a national park.
Yes.
How does that affect business with you guys now? I mean, and obviously in a positive way, but you would think that even an event like this on the 23rd may have some tourists who may be interested in coming and seeing it.
It may. Any type of business increase for Southern West Virginia benefits United Way, because we've seen a depressed economy, some generational poverty here. So obviously, we would love to see folks that are in need of that financial stability to get training, because we do partner with some agencies that provide life skills, as I mentioned, financial training. So any boon to the economy is helpful for us, for our programs, and for the people of Southern West Virginia.
Now, as far as the support groups and things like that, we touched on it a little bit, but just it's a chance for you to obviously mention all the great businesses that work with you. How important are they to what you guys do?
They're vital. The community is vital to what we do. We support the residents of Southern West Virginia, but we can't do that without the support of our community partners, and that might be businesses or other nonprofits, individuals, folks that believe in our mission and support us, help us provide the resources to our local community.
Now, as a nonprofit, sometimes people, and it's kind of weird, because me covering the NFL is listed as a nonprofit.
Right.
That's a little different, but
Right.
Nonprofit, I mean, you pretty much meaning the money that you get is all via donation.
Right.
So can you elaborate that with our audience so they understand that?
Yes, absolutely. So, with an event like Dancing with the Stars, the ticket sales and table sales, we have costs that go with that for the food at the convention center and different things. So we try to acquire sponsorships from local businesses that help us offset our costs for that help us be the best stewards that we can be of folks, purchasing a ticket or voting for one of those dance teams.
Absolutely.
So the votes from the dance teams, the ticket and table sales, a myriad of ways that people can support United Way. Workplace campaigns. We often go to workplaces and do campaigns there for their employees to have payroll deductions made.
Nice.
Payroll deduction will come directly from their paycheck. The company then, sends that on to United Way, and even $5 a paycheck can make a huge difference in what we do and our impact. So there's a variety of ways to donate. Sometimes people, can donate online and make that a monthly donation. They can call the office and talk to us about any way they would prefer to support United Way.
Well, and that's a great, segue, because while we're doing this, I want you to be able to look right into the camera and let people know how they can donate and how they can reach you.
Absolutely. They can reach us through our website at unitedwayswv.org. There's a contact form there if they would like to speak with anyone in our office. That will reach me directly through my email. They can also donate online through that website. There's a link there to reach United Way SWVstars.org, where they can vote on any of the dance teams that they would like to support. And if they would like to call the office and learn anything more about United Way, they can call us at 304-253-2111.
Perfect. So I did want to ask you the hotline and referral.
Yes.
How does that work?
The 211 information hotline is a collaborative among all of the statewide West Virginia United Ways.
Okay.
So each United Way locally has what we call a community resource specialist, and that's someone who answers the phone during business hours and connects people who call with the needs that they're incurring. It could be utility assistance. It could be that they need to know where their local food pantry is, medical transportation. Most recently, we have partnered with the Mountaineer Rental Assistance Program, which will expire at the end of this month.
Yep.
But we did all the pre-screening for the rental assistance program. And currently, the mortgage assistance is also available through the state, and that all goes through 211. So they'll reach someone in my office who collects all the information about local resources, churches that provide assistance, anything associated with DHHR. She keeps a database of that, and if someone calls and wants to know where they can find some information or reach a local resource, she connects them with that. It's available 24/7 as well. After business hours, if someone's looking for information, they can call that number again, 211. They'll be asked to enter their zip code so they reach the right resource. And a call center, which is located in West Virginia, can pair them up with the information as well.
Nice. I mean, there's so many ways, that you guys have it all covered.
Yes.
As far as how people can help. So I want to, ask you on a lighthearted, thing here. Have you had any favorite, let's just say, favorite groups that have competed in this over the past several years?
Of Dancing with the Stars, I have had friends who've competed that have been
You
favorites
can't be biased,
of mine.
though.
I can't be biased, but I have had friends who've competed who did excellent job, both in fundraising and in the performance portion of it. One of our former United Way directors, Michelle Rodolini, who's now with the Beckley Chamber of Commerce, danced several years ago as well, and she and her partner did a great job. So, locally, there's just folks in the community who are, very competitive and great people to give their time and their efforts to United Way, and we appreciate all of them. They do a great job.
So on the 23rd, will there be like a finality to that evening as far as a winner?
Yes. On the 23rd, we will announce the People's Choice winner, who is the dance team that's collected the most votes, and a Judge's Choice winner. We have a panel of 3 judges who are there that judge their performance, their costumes, musicality, everything that goes along with it, kind of what you do see on ABC's Dancing with the Stars. And we will award a Judge's Choice winner as well.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, like on TV, these things drag out for weeks.
Right.
So I'm just thinking, like how long is it? So how long does the competition go on that evening? If it starts at 7?
It starts at 7, and we try to have everything wrapped up around 9:30.
Oh, so
there are
this is
some
quick.
other performances during our intermission where we have some local talent come out and either do a dance routine or sing, while we're counting all those votes to make sure we have everything in line. But at the end of the evening, first and second place is awarded for People's Choice, and first and second place is awarded for Judge's Choice, and we have beautiful mirror ball trophies, just like Dancing with the Stars, that they get to take home with them.
Nice. So are there rounds to it, or
no?
Just
each
one time
team,
you have a chance?
Just one time.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
Each team pulled a number at the reveal party to determine when they would dance. So teams 1 through 6 dance just right after the other, and
I don't know if I'd want to be if I drew the first one. I don't know if I'd want to draw that first number.
Well, there's advantages to both. Team number one is kind of happy to get it over with and then be able to enjoy the rest of the event. Team number 6 gets to see everybody else's performance and get themselves hyped up.
Right.
So there's advantages to all of it, but no, those performances go on. We play a little video clip between each one that gives the folks in the audience a little bit of background about each dance team and what they've done over the summer. But it's a lot of fun, and
sounds like it.
These
it really
guys have put a
does.
lot of work into it. We appreciate them.
So as far as the event, you mentioned as far as the tables, some still being available.
Yes.
Is food served for those tables?
Yes. Each table seats 10 if anybody's interested, in getting their friends together to purchase a table. And heavy hors d'oeuvres are provided by the convention center. A cash bar is available as well. So it's just a great evening.
Wow. So September 23rd. So you've got my interest going. If I'm not working back in D.C., I will literally try to make it out.
You should try. It's a lot of fun.
How many years has this been going on?
This is actually the 9th season.
Oh, okay.
Had the pandemic not interrupted us for 2 years, it would be season 11. But it began in 2012 on a little smaller scale, and it's just grown ever since then to the point where we sell out, and we're on track to do that again this year.
So if you had someone that lived outside of, let's just say, our viewing audience in Southern West Virginia, I don't know, if they were coming from the Panhandle or something, would they still be able to be in the competition?
Oh, that might make it a little bit difficult to be in the competition because these dance teams practice a couple times a week.
Oh, wow.
They put a lot of effort to it, as well as, the fundraising.
It's a community flavor, too.
It's a community flavor. Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
If you're going to try to get votes and, donations, people need to know who you are.
Right.
So.
And as you mentioned, these dancers are kind of rooted in the community with their businesses and their careers, and so they have networking and contacts that they can reach out to for their fundraising, and that's helpful.
And so one more time, how can, you mentioned that you guys may be working on in the future some kind of live stream or something like that. So for right now, if you want to see this, you have to appear, right?
That's correct.
You have to show up to the Raleigh County Convention Center on September 23rd at 7 p.m. And again, one more time, if you can let them know how they can go on, find you online, or if they want to make the call.
Yes, if there is any information that's wanted about United Way of Southern West Virginia, they can find us online at unitedwayswv.org. If you're interested in tickets or a table, you can call 304-253-2111, speak to someone in our office, and they'll set you up with a reservation.
All right, folks. Trina Dasel does a great job, Executive Director of United Way of Southern West Virginia. And before we go, we've got about 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 30 minutes has gone by, but 30 seconds or so. Are you voting in this competition at all?
I can't be biased with these dancers.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
I can't be biased, but I have encouraged my friends and family, to go online and vote as I would anybody, because these folks are putting in so much work, and they are all amateurs and stepping outside of their comfort box to do this. So I appreciate them all for doing it.
Awesome. Well, look, folks, that's all the time that we have for today. Appreciate you joining me here on Sunday morning. Have a great remaining part of your weekend. And remember, I'll be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Take care. Have a great one.